What up, what up, what up, what's up, America and beyond? You're now tuned into another installment of Brooklyn Beards and Ball Sports Show. I'm your acting substitute co-host, Mr. SKRAPP Barkley. Mr. Philadelphia, I got my big bro Don. We in here, but before we get started, do us a quick favor. Go follow us on all platforms, like, comment, share, and subscribe to Brooklyn Beards and Ball on every social media outlet. Don, how you feeling, bro?
Feeling good, man. Listen, Rod is MIA.
Listen, yeah, man.
Yeah, because just like his team has been in free agency so far, missing in action.
Yeah.
Not doing anything. So, maybe he didn't want to face the music today. I thought he was on. Maybe he will appear. Maybe he's still working out some type. Maybe he's waiting for a blockbuster deal to take place and for them to acquire someone, and then he's going to come on.
Well, they made one, but we're going to get into that in a couple minutes, man. we might. Well, what color alert do we put out for a grown-up, man? We're going to have to put out a purple alert, man, because I know amber is for kids, so we're going to have to put out the purple alert, man. See if we can get Big Bro in here.
Oh, man. Okay, he's texting me now. We're waiting on you.
We live and we waiting on you, bro. Come bless us with your presence. We got stuff to discuss.
But without further ado, let me get this squared away. Without further ado, man, let's get into it. Okay, well, free agency is taking off, and it's been a pretty active free agency. Technically, free agency really kicks off tomorrow,
right?
But they can start structuring deals, and talking, and kind of, teams are starting to make their cuts, or at least making players aware that they're not going to retain them, that they can, seek other teams or try to get out there and see what's available. There have been, there's been some really pretty big shifts in the NFL. What's interesting to me is this. Kirk Cousins going to Atlanta. That's pretty surprising. He's 36. He's coming off of an Achilles tear, and yet they gave him $100 million fully guaranteed. Now, Kirk Cousins, when he does play, he has a good team. He's a good quarterback, right?
Right.
He's one of those quarterbacks he's not going to light it up. If he has a team, he has a running game, he has a good receiver, he can get the ball to him. He doesn't turn the ball over. But 36 and $100 million? I don't know. Atlanta, I guess they had money to burn.
I was just about to say you should play the money to burn thing for Atlanta.
This is Atlanta. Shout out to
money to burn.
Burn, because if you're giving a 36, and I don't know what's going on with what's his name, but Justin Fields. Nobody's interested in Justin Fields.
You think maybe the asking price is too high?
Well, this is the problem. You're going to have to pay him, or this from Chicago's standpoint, they want a draft pick, and then you're going to have to pay him. So they may just wait for the cut to at least save themselves a draft pick, and then give him a prove it type of a deal. Like, hey, bet on yourself. And you got to kind of show and prove. Now, I think overall, it's just been so many blockbuster trades that are potentially big for the team. Like, I think the Steelers made out. I think if you think about it, they're paying Russell Wilson $1.2 million.
Right.
And I think that was a great deal. I think he is going to be an asset. And here comes the man of the hour. Let's welcome Rod.
There he is.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Rod. Our special guest, Rod. Thanks for joining us, Rod. Welcome to
Jackson Heights own.
Jackson Heights own. Yo, my bad, fellas. Yo, I put the phone down after I laughed at Scrapp's gift in the chat. I went, I was talking to the fam. I just got in. Come from the airport. Man, I'm chilling and I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, yo, it's like 8 o'clock. These dudes just started. I'm like, yo, my bad, fellas. So that was on me. My bad. I had put my phone down, man, and I didn't go back to my phone. It was in my room. My apologies,
man. It's all good.
Yeah, luckily we didn't. This wasn't a show dedicated to the Cowboys free agency. It would be over by now.
Oh yeah.
The show we'd have been. When you came on, we'd be like, shout outs to Kingdom Creators, shout outs to Infinite Order. Show would have been over.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Right.
Unless I gave y'all the backstory of our long snapper or something like that. How he made it to the top and was able to get a good NFL contract. But yeah, you're right. Other than that, it'd been quick. No, but go ahead, fellas. Y'all do your thing, man. I'm jumping in. I'm just listening.
I think Kirk Cousins is okay, long as you keep him off of primetime, because he stinks in primetime. Like, just don't let him play at night, man. He's like a gremlin, man. Don't feed him after it get dark, man.
But he has weapons now.
Yeah,
they got him. Atlanta has a good shot because, they said that you could pay Kirk Cousins that type of money because you're not paying anyone else, right? The running back is super cheap. The receivers, everyone's on, rookie deals or so you can pay up. You can either be in kind of the Steelers-Niners situation where you're not paying the quarterback anything, so you can surround them with players, or you could be on the reverse, the Dak Prescott and Atlanta, where you're gonna pay because Rod, they're going to pay Dak. I know you were saying, "Oh yeah, it's good because they not."
No.
I don't know what that X account that you're following is telling you, but they have to pay him.
Y'all want to go get Justin Fields?
No,
he's available.
Listen, well, I don't know. There's a lot going on. I don't know if I've been hearing the news with Dak. Of course, with the allegations of sexual assault and everything that's come out, and he's countersued or
Jerry
for
Jones
defamation.
Is just trying to get him to take a friendly discount.
That's the thing, because the accuser's attorney was on 105.3 the Fan, 103.5 the Fan actually, which is the Cowboys flagship station. That's the station that Jerry, pretty much owns, and
no protection for your players. Wow,
no protection for your players, man. So fans are going crazy, like they are just completely lit over this, and it just looked bad. They're going after the personalities on 103.5, and those guys on there. It was Mike Bassick and KC and the KC show there, and around 1:30 today, Eastern Standard Time, they were on Central, and they had the lawyer for the woman. She said back in it was 2017, Dak had sexually assaulted her. Wow. She sent a letter from her attorneys in Arlington, Texas to and so in January 2024, a letter was sent to Dak and his attorneys that she wanted money, and only way to keep this out of the news and out of court, she wanted money for what happened. So supposedly the lawyer was saying on the radio interview today that, Dak first said, well, I need assistance in remembering her. And then he goes into, I do recall her and it was consensual, you know what I'm saying? And then, so they want I think $100 million, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. And then
didn't he countersue her for that?
He countersued for that. So he went on and countersued for extortion. And that's where we are today. So they said that they being 103.5 the Fan said they reached out to Dak's attorney, and Dak's attorney denied an interview or anything of that nature.
Can I just say this right now with this whole thing? Now, I don't condone any type of assault towards women being a father of a daughter.
Sure.
They said this happened back in 2017, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's about 7 years later.
Yeah, he said
what happened to the following morning, or maybe 2 days later, or maybe a week later. Like, do you see how it's like?
Yeah. Well, that's what the attorney did respond to that, because that was the question there, and they talked about the statute of limitations, which he said it has not expired, but he said it's like most victims of such a crime. where they feel, intimidated. They're, obviously grappling with the shame. And then, of course, who it was. And she felt that, she wasn't going to be able to obviously have any kind of support, or, no one was going to believe her story because of Dak Prescott and, Dallas Cowboys. Although in 2017, I mean, Dak was coming off Rookie of the Year. I mean, he wasn't the Dak Prescott he is now, but still, I mean, I do agree with you there. And that's what a lot of people were saying too, Scrap, about, hey, why is it always a situation where people are coming out later? Why don't they come out when it happens?
He didn't have enough money back then.
He definitely wasn't. He definitely wasn't paid.
No, because this is not like a laughing matter by any stretch of the imagination. I just can't understand why people wait until somebody's about to, get a major payday to say, hey, back this many years ago, this person did this to me. Like, if you are traumatized or assaulted in any way, it shouldn't be. Nothing should go in your head to say, I'm gonna wait till he get paid to tell my story. Like, you got to come right out like the next day. Like, because what can they do now? They can't find any evidence, nothing. Like, it's just your word against his.
Yeah.
So she's probably going to get all these, these women groups to back her. And then, God forbid, it's true. But if it comes out that it's false, then what? What does that get? Does he get the, get his good name back? Or is he just going to be labeled as this, sexual offender or predator or whatever for the rest of his life? It just is crazy, man. Because once you get certain labels, no matter what you do, you cannot get rid of them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know, man.
I feel you on that, man. I feel you on that. And then it's like, if he, with the extortion countersuit there, or actually this is just a suit, because from what I understand, she never filed anything in the courts. He went, and so actually the first actual, and I don't have all my legal terms, but the first actual filing, if you will, that went to the courts was Dak's suit for extortion. Right. So she hadn't done anything. So which is weird, because she says to Dak, okay, I want money, otherwise I'm going to make this public. Well, that's like, wow. You know what I mean? So that,
and Dak said, you know what, I'll do you one better. I'll make it public.
Yeah, I'll make it public.
He has that correspondence. Do you know if it said that he has that correspondence back and forth with her, like whether it was a text message or?
Yeah, they said that there is details in the suit, or in what was said, or the accuser, what she put in her letter to Dak and his attorneys, which of course obviously was going to become part of the case, and that's going to be obviously become known to the judge or the jury, however they plan to do this, if they don't work something out outside the courts. But there is detail to what happened, when it happened, all of.
So she would have to have the correspondence, because I know when these dudes get, because Dak already got an extension, right? He had a
he got his first.
So
he got his big
that first phone number is probably
that
first phone number is 86. He probably don't even have that number no more, that phone no more. Like, so I'm pretty sure all the all the Don's correspondence or whatever has to be from her end. So she probably has all that, because if he don't remember, it's not like he gonna go to this phone like, oh Katie, I remember her. Like, it's like, how is he gonna remember something from 7 years ago?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Well, a person from 7 years ago, and the field that he's in, I'm pretty sure he's beating people every other 10 minutes. So it's
so Jerry couldn't work out any other, like.
Oh no, it just has a Houston Texans kind of feel to it.
Yeah, how do they let these people on the radio? Like, how?
That was the thing. So 103.5
it's supported by, obviously.
It's a station that the Cowboys have a lot of influence over. It's Jerry's station. He's in there. I mean, they don't like own it, but they are in connection with, like, every team. Like, you guys have one for your team as well. There's a local station that obviously covers the team. And there is a team that the ownership has, partnership with, that, whatever. And I don't know if they pay, the players there, or the organization, or whatever.
Advertising dollars.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Time, X amount of times during the week where, whether.
And Jerry comes on every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. Every Tuesday he has his morning he gets interviewed. Mm-hmm.
They would run it by Jerry, right? Can we just for the sake of conflict of interest, right?
Right.
Because if this story has no legs, right, they're not going to risk the advertising that, blocks that Jerry is paying. I would assume, right? They're not willing to risk that for a false claim, potentially a false claim.
Right.
So Jerry had to have been made aware of it. For him to say, I had no idea what the discussion was going to be about.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything
Cowboys
from him
player.
yet, but but I would imagine I'm sure he's gonna play aloof and say, hey, I don't know.
I'm sure he's waiting to hear from Dak's agent right now while all this is going on.
Yeah.
What were you going to say? What extension now? 60 what?
What an extension to me is different than what an extension to you would be,
Yeah.
In the context.
It's unfortunate.
But that's why they're not going to sign him, though, D. They're not. And I'll be honest. I don't think honestly, what's happening with Dallas right now. This is a Dallas Cowboy version of a rebuild. They're not going to. They're going to extend Lamb. They're not going to extend Dak. They're going to let McCarthy ride out his contract. I really think that they're going to really now at this point just kind of pull the trigger. They're going to let those two guys run out their contract, let them play it out, and then in 2025, the Cowboys are going to do.
They're going to
because they're not going to sign any. The only ones that they might get back. Here's who they might sign back, and that's what Jerry ended up saying in his interview a couple of months back. If you listen to the whole interview, was about
we're all in.
Yeah, the whole all in,
the whole all in.
Yeah. That.
But I heard this long snapper they got, man, is like one of the best snappers ever. Like
top notch.
It's red snapper, then it's
potential.
him. He's like the second most popular snapper in existence, man.
Oh man.
You know what? That deserves something. That deserves something. Yeah, you get a little something for that. That was good.
West light show going.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You get the light show for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so, but go ahead, y'all flow. I don't want to break y'all off.
We were waiting for you. We were
waiting for you.
Your teams, both of your teams, are spiraling down the toilet bowl right now. So
the Lakers are about where they need to be. I mean, I don't think to be expected.
I don't think Savannah's happy.
Oh, you mean as far as the scandals go? Okay, yeah.
I don't know if Savannah's too happy right now. I know LeBron is trying to get a 3 or 4 year extension, $54 million, but that might not be the way to go about it. That just may not be the way to go about it.
No, that may not.
And it's optics. Of course, they come up with a voiceover of what he was saying. Yes, we can grow with this team. But just the optics didn't look good, right? You can always, they edited LeBron's voice and her voice, and you two are powerful women in the NBA. Knock it off, okay? If you're a married man, that doesn't look good, right? No. It just doesn't.
Nope.
And so, there was I've seen a lot of jokes, I'm sure you have as a Laker fan, about what Savannah was probably doing. And then they showed him, I don't know if it was at Bronny's game, but it seemed that it was a little bit of awkward energy. She had her hands on her hips. Maybe it was just a picture, because in a still shot, you can make it seem some way, but videos kind of tell it, right? So Savannah might not have been happy. And then you got Dak Prescott, his situation. So Rod, it's just been, and then on top of it, the Cowboys ain't doing nothing in free agency,
which they never do. Yeah, but that's not new to Cowboy fans know.
When was the last time you heard Jerry Jones say we're all in?
Well, again, he backpedaled on that statement in the second interview at the Combine, and then that's when he said, all in is different to me than how you see it. And we're all like, okay, all in is a universal term that I think everybody understands, particularly with playing blackjack, right? All in means you put all the chips in the middle of the table. And if you lose, guess what? You don't get to come back to the table. You're out. So that's what all in means to most reasonably thinking people who have absorbed life and experienced life and have heard that term.
With the running back situation, which y'all going to try to get that kid out of Texas? Because I heard
there's been talk about the kid out of Texas, and then there was another college team. I can't remember who it was.
Did you guys re-sign Ezekiel Elliott?
We re-sign him? No.
I thought I saw something about that.
No, we didn't sign. I didn't see anything on that.
Yeah, because Pollard's gone, so now y'all got
Pollard is gone. Oh, we got Rico Dowell and Lemke and Deuce Vaughn, who Dad is on the team there as a scout, but Deuce was trash in the regular season. He had a good preseason though. He was balling on the fourth stringers.
And Rico, we trust.
It's looking bad for you guys, man. So far, I mean, tomorrow.
Well, they want to build through the draft, and that's the problem. Dallas.
How many draft picks you got? How many draft picks you got?
Same like everybody else. No, we actually gave up a lot because
we got 11. We have 11 picks, so it's not like everyone else.
And speaking of picks, I guess
we might got like
because
7.
Why y'all getting rid of y'all traded a third for Chase Young, and it looks like y'all not gonna resign.
We tried him out. It was cool. We got Leonard.
What's going on with Debo?
We got Leonard Floyd. We're good.
What's going on with Debo? I saw y'all might trade him.
I told you.
Oh, really?
Number one.
Is that right?
I already told you guys, and I don't understand why.
Oh no, I done did it. I done opened the lid.
I didn't even want to bring his name up. You started. See, now if this show goes to 8 p.m., it's on you. I didn't even want to talk about Brandon Ayuk, but that is our number one receiver. So I understand why a team would say, okay, we can move on from Debo. He's injury prone. He is a Swiss Army knife, so it's going to be highly attractive, and he's already got the bag. So you're unloading that salary. It makes perfect sense. If that's the way they go. Now, they did request that Juszczyk takes a big salary cut, so he's going to be a free agent because I think was scheduled to make a little over $5 million. And he was like, no, he's not taking a pay cut. Now, mind you, his wife just got that lucrative deal with the NFL that, take a family, hometown discount. But he was like, nah, he's a very valuable fullback, but there's only like 4 of them in the NFL. So I don't know. He might find his way back. But as it appears now, based on the news, he's going to be a free agent. So we're going to lose him. But I think that the Leonard Floyd pick was actually a really good pick. Shout outs to Sam Darnold, who has a new home with the Vikings. Like, listen. And I think we're going to get a few more picks based on some coaching moves or something that happened, some compensatory picks. So we'll be okay. See, the good thing about us, there's a few teams that you hear make a move here and there because they're a solidified team. The teams that are doing a lot of scrambling, Miami's in trouble. Let me just tell y'all this. Miami's in trouble. Buffalo's in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Teams that are getting gutted, they're in trouble. Giants are in trouble. He even changed his name.
Giants front line is going to be looking crazy. They got Burns. They just traded for Burns.
What are they doing with offense, though? Who's the offense?
No, well, that offense is not going to be good.
They got they got the running back, Devin Singletary, man.
Giants got Singletary? Oh, that's where he went? Yeah. He went to New York? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a downgrade. That's a downgrade.
Why? Singletary ran? Wait, that's the Singletary that was in Detroit, right?
Yeah.
That's
from Buffalo to Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Singletary. He's a good back.
Compared to Saquon Barkley? That's a downgrade.
Whoa. Now, we're not going to get into this whole Saquon Barkley's of the world.
No, actually, he was complimenting Saquon.
I'm saying that's a downgrade.
But I wouldn't put him in the same conversation as him.
Well, he's acting like it was okay.
Well,
I'm saying that's a huge downgrade.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, now, look.
Who's your running back again?
Tell me the truth.
Deuce?
Yeah, Deuce Vaughn is trash, Joe. I mean, no, he's not.
Right.
Deuce Vaughn is not. No, but what I'm saying.
Backs, right?
No, I mean, I can't. I really can't. But I mean, Scrap is our Philly representative. I'm just curious to know: do you feel like you overpaid for Saquon now? $24 million guaranteed.
Hey,
that's a lot of money, man.
Money's no object, man.
Poor guy. Y'all got money to burn.
I'll tell you what. This is what I'm gonna do.
Use that which one?
Y'all use that already.
This is what I'm gonna do.
Already, but they might have money to burn.
I'm gonna check my next pay stub and see if there's any Saquon Barkley tax in there, man. If there's nothing in there, then I'm totally fine with it.
I feel right. It ain't coming out of your pocket, right? In other words, I feel you on that.
Man, spend it all, man.
But I'm gonna tell you though, I think he said Singletary ain't that good. Yeah, I thought he was a nice offset back with the other kid they had there in Detroit. what's the other back they had? They had
Gibbs?
a nice little dude. Yeah, Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? Singletary, I think he did. I got to pull up his stats though, but I will say this. I think Saquon, I felt like he's injury prone, so he's missed a lot of games. He's not been the Saquon that we've known him in the early part of his career. But I will say though, with a different pace of running scheme that Philly runs with the read option now, because they didn't have that in New York, I think that's going to be kind of dangerous. And you're going to have a healthy Hurts back now, so you can expect him to run the ball a lot more next year. I think that's going to be, that's going to be a little dangerous, I think.
So do you think that you won the division last year? Yes, I don't remember because it got blurry towards the end with teams.
They won.
Trying to get the playoffs and win the division.
Yeah, I know. Only thing we remember is the Super Bowl. That's it. That's the only thing we remember.
That's
we
remember that. On our minds.
Yeah, we bottomed out. We bottomed out. We bottomed out. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Rod, do you think that you guys will win the division or lose it? Because the Eagles are better than you guys now.
No. The Eagles are. I think.
And sleep on Washington. They may be better than you guys.
Washington still needs a QB though. I think their defense, Dan Quinn, the Washington Cowboys. That's their new name.
They have the number 2 pick, right? So they have a good.
Oh yeah. They'll get somebody. Yeah. That's right. I forgot. My bad.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
A long day.
It's all right. We
they got number 2 pick. So they'll who's still a good rookie, but we'll see. I don't think he's going to come in and play. Maybe he will. We'll see. Right? I mean, CJ Stroud did some crazy work this year, so maybe he will. Right. But no, Washington though on record, you got to say that they look really good. They do.
East. So who's your team? East.
Dallas will get about 9 wins.
He's an Eagle fan. That's my man. He's an Eagle fan.
Who? East? Yeah. Eagle fan.
Yes.
Yeah. Singletary needs to be in Pittsburgh. Well, Pittsburgh. Where did he went to Houston. Gibbs, right? Is it Gibbs? Not Gibbs. I'm sorry. Mixon. Where did he go? Where did he get traded to?
He went to the Texans. He went to the best team in Texas. So, what I'm trying to figure out is
nowhere close.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick
Henry was on a silver platter for you guys. When you guys didn't get Derrick Henry,
too much money. They was looking at the kid from Indianapolis too. They wanted the kid Moss, and Moss only got paid $4 million. He was the lowest of all the back. The running back market went crazy the last 48 hours, and I mean Dallas wasn't going to pay. There was no way they was going to pay. Look at what Pollard got $8 million a year for 3 years for 24. That's crazy. I mean, he ended up getting $9 million guaranteed, though. You know what I'm saying? You could have done Derrick Henry. I mean, it would have been cool, but they can't. You got to pay CD, and it looks like they're not going to. And that's why they probably not signing anybody either. Not only because they don't sign free agents, but Dallas just doesn't. They can't afford
if they're not
anybody.
If they're not going to sign Dak, why didn't they just go get Derrick Henry as like a Band-Aid to help the offense? Because it's not like he can hurt y'all. He's like.
Well, I mean, but you got to bring some guys back, right?
Together,
because you got. Well, remember, you got to see. Okay, you might have to bring Gilmore back. You may want to sign Jordan Lewis back. You may want to get Curse back to our safety, right? And then you got to still. And if you extend, you will save money if you extend CD. We actually gain more money in the cap if we give him his extension now. But I don't know if Dallas is going to do that, which they should. I mean, CD and Mike are going to get their money. It's Dak. And I just think Dak, if they extend Dak, then they're going to be stuck with Dak. And I don't know if they want to be stuck with Dak. I think that's just maybe where the Cowboy brass is right now, and that being the Joneses. I don't know if they want to still stick with Dak. That's what's making me think. Because think about it, guys, right? You would have just extended Dak by now, right? You would have done all that. And trust me, that sexual assault thing, Jerry knew about that.
Of course he did.
I'm sure he did. Way before anything else. So, but what I'm saying is that they still could have worked out an extension for Dak. Now, maybe Dak, they probably asked Dak, look, can you work with us on the extension? Dak's probably like, nah, I want my $60 million.
Put it out then. If you're not going to do it, we're going to drop it. That's what that's what he said. Jerry, now, I mean, you want that discount for that star? No, I don't know. I think 12-5, we played well. Drop that. He just hit the button.
Yeah, he is.
Information drop. Now, let me tell you about the best team in Texas. Texans just signed.
I didn't see their trophy case. What their trophy case look like?
It sounds like they signed Danielle Hunter to a 2-year, $49 million contract.
Okay. I guess they're in the Super Bowl now because they got Danielle Hunter. That's a nice pickup, though. I have to admit.
In recent history, I mean, you guys.
Recent history is what? Recent history, they've done what? What have the Texans done, D? They had the number 2 pick last year, for crying out loud. So they haven't done anything.
They won the division,
right?
Years.
And the playoff game.
They won the division as you did, right?
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is you saying in recent years. How good were they in recent years if they just had the number 1, 2 pick?
No, that's fine. That's fine. But this year we're talking about, right? Let's talk about this year. They won their division, as you did, right?
You see what I'm saying?
And they won a playoff game.
Did you win a playoff game?
Did you win a playoff game this year?
No, I did not. But I'm saying, but you talking about recent years, like they've been doing work in the last 10 years. That team has been trash.
They're the best team in Texas this year. Oh, they are.
God. That was this year. You just said the best team in Texas. Not you didn't say this year. You make it seem like they trust me. They
wanted to bring up
close to
29 years ago. You wanted, and I'm not going to let you do that. Let's talk present day.
What did they do? What did they do? That
they won the division. Did they accomplish? What they did.
Okay, so did they get a ring for that?
They turned their season around.
All of us.
Their trajectory is better than yours right now.
Jesus.
They're trending upward.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trending.
Are you happy about what you've done in free agency so far?
But a trend is one. You can't use 1 year and measure that as a trend. Trend, you need multiple evidence of.
Well, you can only go by your last.
We can go by multiple years and let you know that Dallas is trash. We can let you know multiple years that Dak Prescott
years we've been a really good team. That's it. Dallas has been a really good team in the last few years.
Now you can't say that about the Texans.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But they're still a good team. I'm not saying it. No, it doesn't matter. A Super Bowl, D. And this is the thing, Scrap, that bothers me with D. You know what I'm saying? Because D loves to pick and choose when it means when success. He loves to compartmentalize success in his most convenient ways. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm saying, Scrap. At the end of the day, right? It's about Super Bowls. Right, it's about winning Super Bowls. No, that's what it is. And we are all Super Bowl champions here in our own right with the teams that we root for. The most recent being Philly, okay, and they've been to a Super Bowl as well the year before last, right? So I mean, when you talk about some relevancy, that's relevancy in that sense. The Niners, y'all was in a Super Bowl this past few months back, right? You've been in one a few years ago. You've been in 3 in the last 12 years or so. You went to 3 straight NFC championship games or 4, whatever it's been. But at the end of the day, you got to win a championship, D. You can't tell me, well, we won 2 more playoff games than you, or we scored more points than you in the playoff game than y'all. Like, none of that means nothing. Come on, man. You're a 5-time Super Bowl champion. You should be talking about Super Bowls. You ain't Carolina.
Right. See, that's what
you punching down on Carolina.
When he starts saying Carolina,
come on, man.
What did Carolina do to you? That's like the first team you
his
go
brother-in-law,
to.
big Carolina fan.
Yeah, my brother Carolina fan. Yeah, and he loves to dig Dallas. Yeah.
And so he punches down on Carolina, but for what?
I'm like, every time it's always Carolina.
No other team.
I can't think of anybody else. I'm gonna start using Jacksonville a little more. I'm gonna use Jacksonville.
No, I get it now. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, it's a personal beef.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I get it.
Super Bowl is what matters. Okay, don't give me none of the other stuff. I don't got no other. We won 1 more playoff game, one more regular season game. Or they're on the trajectory. Texas we got to see what they do. Listen. We saw Jacksonville last year, right? Didn't they look like they was on a trajectory? And what happened to them? So
They played the Niners. That's what happened.
Well,
to be honest,
and you know what? And Houston, I don't know if they're on your schedule next year, but
shift.
They may play somebody and they might get a shift too, and that might be their season just the same. Yeah, you're right. They ran into y'all after winning 5 in a row, and then that was it. Yeah. They just went. Yeah, that's what y'all did to everybody last year, except until y'all met Mahomes. Yeah, that was it.
That's all good. Hey, listen, we ultimately lost to the Super Bowl champs. That happens. Unfortunately,
by default. Yeah, that's how it would work. Yeah, you would lose to the Super Bowl champs if you're the only team playing the Super Bowl. That's the team. Yeah.
So okay. So let's. So how would you? How should I say this? Okay. So you're okay with the fact that to this point, Dallas hasn't done any significant.
I'm not okay with it, but I just know that's who they are. Yeah. but I'm not okay with it. But I just know that's what they do. They haven't signed. The last big free agent that they signed was back in 2012. That was Brandon Carr, and then we signed Greg Hardy back in 15, and that was it. That was no other. We've never signed anybody big. We're going to get mid-level free agents.
Off the field issues, right? That
didn't
stop. He was taking machine guns and hitting. You know.
Oh yeah, man.
Domestic violence with machine guns and
yeah.
So it won't stop. It won't stop. He was slamming people on guns. That's what Hardy was doing, right? So it won't stop Jerry Jones from signing Dak Prescott.
Yeah, it won't stop him from cutting.
So I just want to get you on the record. Dak, you don't think Dak is going to get an extension?
I do.
They have to.
Not really. No, they don't. I think they'll have Dak go out the door with Mike.
I understand.
I really don't think so. Because let me tell you why they won't. I'm gonna tell you why they won't, and this is what I strongly believe. And this might shock. This is gonna shock people in the sense, although there is a contingency of people that believe this, that they are rebuilding in a way where they're going to keep some of these core players, and I think they're going to go ahead and play Trey Lance. I think you don't be surprised if you see more of him somehow, some way, that they're going to get him in there. And I think they're going to be ready to move on from Dak, because I don't think that they believe that Dak is enough to get them by. And look, if you're Jerry Jones and what do you mean? That's never a fight. Well, he just had to come to the realization that 8 years into it, that Dak is not it. And again, I'm not saying Dak is a bad player. I think Dak is still a top 10 quarterback, in my opinion. I think Dak is a very good quarterback.
But have to step away from him being a top 10 quarterback.
I think he's a top 10 quarterback. If he's, why can't he be a top 10 quarterback? If you think about it,
are you removing Mahomes from it? Or are you trying to deduct Mahomes?
Like, so if you
Mahomes by himself, he's
top
not
10 meaning anywhere from 2 to 11, then Dak is in that 2 to 11 range. If I'm saying 10
that's
players.
Not top 10 though.
He did this last time.
What if you're going to exclude? All right,
no. I was joking. No. Mahomes is number one.
Okay. Oh, then then Dak is definitely in there. Then he's definitely in the
he
top
got a
10
Baker's 10. It's a Baker's 10.
Right. Exactly. Like, come on, Rod.
I think he's better than Baker Mayfield. I think he's better. I don't think he's any worse than Kirk Cousins. In fact, I think he's a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins, in my opinion. I think he's a better quarterback than
Jalen Hurts.
You wouldn't dare say that.
Brock Purdy.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know. I don't think Hurts is that much better. Brock Purdy? No, I won't say he's better than Brock Purdy.
He just got to be that much better for me. As long as he's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's led his team to a Super Bowl, which Dak has not. So, I can't. It's hard to refute that.
Maybe
so, Hurts will be a little bit better.
At least to an NFC Championship game, right? You can hit. As my dad would say, if you can you can hit. So
I heard you, but I didn't understand
I said
what you
he's
said.
At least led his team to an NFC Championship game.
Who Hurts? Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Dak.
Dak has not done that.
Oh.
Dak has not. No, he's not. That's why I say I think he's better than. I don't think Tua is any better than him. I think those quarterbacks you can position them anywhere in your top 10 list, but they're in the top 10, and Dak is in that top 10 of quarterbacks. I think. You know what I'm saying?
I know
Herbert is a good Herbert is more talented. He had a really good rookie year. We got to see what he looks like. He hadn't looked good. I think Trevor Lawrence kind of fell off a little bit.
Yeah. You can count them all. What, Mahomes first?
No order because
no particular order.
But I would say
order. Okay.
Mahomes,
Burrow, okay,
Lamar,
okay,
Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts. Okay. That's already 5, right?
That's
Rod,
5.
you're looking sad. What's going on?
No,
Rod?
I'm not looking sad. That's
Aaron
5.
Rodgers
right.
is 6.
Buffalo.
Oh, Josh Allen 7. Look at the balloons. Perfect. Josh Allen
Herbert
7.
Herbert.
Justin Herbert 8.
Okay. He might be room. We're starting to sputter. It might be room.
Yeah.
He might be around 8.
You got to. If you coming up to 8 right now, you already named 7, right?
No, it's 8. We're at 8 already. So
all right, you got 2 more spots. Don't hate, Donald. Don't hate.
No.
Look at D. Look how he's 8. Scrap. You see his position. Anytime you see the profile,
let me
see
look.
the profile like he's on a coin. You see that?
I'm just going to go off the top. What about, is he better than Stroud, or Stroud didn't give us enough?
Oh, yet? No. He's not better than Stroud. So
no. We don't get Stroud. No. We're not doing that. We are not going to do that. You are not going to put C.J. Stroud in as a top 10 quarterback in this league, and he had one good year. We have to at least have two. See, Donald, no. We're not going to do that. No. I don't care. C.J. Stroud is not yet in the top 10 of quarterbacks until we see another year out of him. We're not doing that.
Is he better than Russ?
Dak? Now? I think he is.
Okay.
I think he is.
Is he better than, what's his name? Tattoo that plays for Arizona? No.
What about Lawrence? Is he better than Lawrence?
You don't think he's better than what's his name?
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray?
Is he better than Kyler Murray?
I think he is. Kyler Murray is a good.
Is he
I think
better
he's
than
more
Trevor
skilled
Lawrence?
and he's more Trevor Lawrence. I think Dak is still better than Trevor Lawrence. I do. Lawrence had a good year in his rookies in the year when not a rookie year, but the year Doug Peterson came in and took over, which was last year.
But he better than
he rescinded this year, so I don't think so. I think Dak had a close to an MVP season this year, or had an MVP type season.
What about Jordan Love?
We got to see another year with J Love.
Is he better than what's his name?
He's in the top 10, D.
He's not.
He's better than Love. He's better than Lawrence, and he's better than C.J. Stroud, who shouldn't even be in the list.
Okay, so what's the quarterback in L.A.? What's his name? That played with Detroit all those
Stafford.
years. Is
Matt
he better than Stafford?
No.
So now we're at 9. He got one more.
What about Detroit? Detroit's quarterback. Is he better than
Goff?
them? I'm listening.
Jared Goff?
That's Goff. That's 10 right there. Where's your eyes going, Rod? Your eyes are going to the left once again. Rod, he is not a top 10 quarterback. Just accept it.
I don't. Let me see. Hold on. I don't know about that.
He's like 11 or 12.
Golf.
If he's in fantasy football, he's a first-round draft pick in fantasy football because there's 12 rounds, right? And if you have 12 teams, yes. If it's a 10-team fantasy league, he's not a first-round pick. He's not that dude.
I don't know, D. I don't know.
You heard me say the names, right?
I don't know if
he might not be better than Tua.
No, and I don't think the Chargers Herbert is better yet. I don't know. I don't think he's better than Dak yet. He has a better arm. He's a more talented quarterback, obviously, in being drafted where he was.
Oh,
I think
yes.
he has the potential to be.
This is a Cowboys fan saying this. Give me Stroud, Lawrence, Love, and Goff above Dak. It pains me to say as a Cowboys fan, but it's the truth.
So that dropped him down to about 13.
He's at least 13.
Stroud, you got to get another year too. Lawrence backtracked this year. He had a bad season, and he didn't play well. So I don't know. Lawrence had one good year so far in his 3 years in the league. So that's it. That's all.
So are you placing Dak where you do?
And Love had one good year. And Love had a good year.
This is his first starting year. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm talking about. He had a good year, and he struggled in the beginning.
He's batting 1,000.
Well, he played well in the beginning. He struggled in the middle, and he took on in the end. And obviously, he
how did he play in the playoffs though?
He played well in the playoffs, but he's only started. Essentially, he's a rookie. Essentially, because he only started 1 year.
And he outplayed Dak, right?
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. Definitely did. Yeah, definitely.
Brock Purdy was.
I wouldn't say. I can't. Those guys. Love went backwards. Lawrence went backwards. Love and Stroud got 1 year. We gotta wait. We can't put those guys in top 10 after 1 year. That's not fair. You can't do that.
This is a lifetime achievement award. Rod wants to give Dak a lifetime achievement award.
No, not at all. Not at all.
He's not going to talk because if we're honest with ourselves and we talk in present day, what have you done for me lately? Dak. CJ Stroud has played better than Dak this year.
He did, but that's 1 year. But you can't Purdy came in mid-season. Mid-season, right?
Because he has outplayed
He led his
Dak
team to an NFC championship that he didn't get a chance to play in. But we didn't know what he was until what, D? Until this year.
Do we know now?
We had to see him play a full year with film and teams now being able to prepare for him a little bit, that kind of thing, which they did. And not only that, we saw him single-handedly will his team into the Super Bowl during the playoff run. single-handedly. Nobody else. Fred Warner, Greenlaw, your fake number one with Ayuk, Juszczyk,
Oh, he did it.
your Kittles,
All
your Debos. They did nothing in those against Green Bay. Y'all should have lost to Green Bay, and you should have definitely lost to Detroit. It was Purdy who willed those games for y'all to win. And so you got to now say Purdy is a top 10 quarterback, maybe top 5.
When we played Green Bay, how did we get to play Green Bay?
Oh, Lord.
I'm
not taking nothing away, but I'm talking about we're talking about giving a quarterback a top 10 position who only played 1 year. You can't say that in 1 year. You can't. That's why there's a rookie. That's why you have categories for rookie awards.
Right. Each year, players are graded each year based on their last performance, right? So we don't know as we speak now. So let me ask you a
question then. Can I just, if you don't mind me interrupting you, and ask you this? Thank you. When we were talking about the top 10 quarterbacks, are we talking about the top 10 quarterbacks of the 2023 year season? Or are we just talking about in general, say over the last, let's just say, and you could even help me with this duration. What would y'all say? Over the last 5 years, who was the top 10 quarterbacks over the last 5 years?
I had to, right?
So why are we doing it? And why would we go back 5 years? Why would we?
I'm saying, what would you say? Because we're talking about a body of work.
Let me explain something to you.
With the superstar,
he still wouldn't be in the top 10 because Brady would be in it, right?
Okay.
So where the minds going? He wouldn't be in it.
But Diva,
don't do it. Don't say 5 years to try to make your case.
He should. So are we talking so we only want to talk 1 year? If you're talking 1 year, all right, so then if this year he's better, so that means Herbert is off the list because he got hurt and didn't play. Dak was an MVP candidate. So how is he not in the top 10 as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL for the past football season of 2023, 2024? How was he not? It doesn't matter.
I'm asking you.
That's not Dak. No, you said 1 year. So Burrow got hurt, and so did Herbert. So how is Dak not in the top 10 quarterbacks?
You're right. He's in.
And what's his name in New York got hurt. So I'm saying with the Jets. So then Dak is the top 10 quarterback.
Okay, so everyone has to get hurt, and he makes it in the top 10. He squeaks in to the top 10.
You said
need three quarterbacks that have catastrophic injuries in order for him to make the top 10.
That's why I said to you. Then widen the range. Take what quarterbacks have done that are playing now over the last 5. We're not talking about Brady. Okay, first of all, Brady, you can put Brady and Mahomes in the same category. Then just don't even put them on the list, right?
Gotcha.
No. We're not doing that so Dak can get in.
No. But I'm saying,
so Dak can get in.
But is Brady considered to be in the stratosphere of a Mahomes when he played for the most part, right? When you started naming top 10 quarterback, we could have easily just said Brady.
If we went back 5 years, we could probably put Russell Wilson in there. So he still wouldn't be in the top 5.
I don't think
you don't want to go back 5 years.
I don't think. I mean, Russell had some
statistically,
but his latter parts.
Hey fellas, I gotta go. It's after 7. I gotta go get my friend.
You know why you did this, Scrap? Because if you didn't bring up Brandon Ayuk, it wouldn't have went.
Controversy sells, man.
Why Brandon Ayuk ain't signed yet? That's the question. That's what we need to be talking about.
Oh, he'll be okay.
That's right there. He ain't signed yet. It's day 2. He ain't signed yet. What's going on, D? He tapped into me. That's right, Keandre. That's it. That's it.
He didn't even give a name. You don't even know who he's talking about.
He's talking about Dak. He's been watching the show. He's been watching the show.
I'll be in the comments, man.
I appreciate it, Scrap.
All right,
thanks for joining us,
man. Love you, bro. Thank you, man.
All right, later.
Right, man. Listen, it's okay.
D. No, you can't keep changing the goalposts. We gotta stick to a formula when we start grading these quarterbacks, and we're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. You know, if you're gonna go to the 2023 season, regardless of who got hurt or not, Dak had an MVP type season. You know what I'm trying to say?
Thank you. Talking about Dak. He made it official. He's talking about Dak.
Yeah, he's talking about Dak. Yeah, he was listening to the show. He's talking about Dak. Yeah, Dak is in the top 10, especially if you're going by this past year. Yes,
this season. Yes, he was. There was
well, thank you. Oh my God, I can't believe
several quarterbacks that had their lower extremities removed. So he is in the top 10. Congratulations.
Dak.
You're gonna bring up his stats
and quarterback in 2020. No, I just want to make sure I get that in writing in case nobody ever, if they don't listen to this show and they don't get to that part of the show, they're gonna see a chat.
He was.
Okay. All right, okay. I just want to hear you.
But did you put in because there was 3 quarterbacks that had,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Torsos removed.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, then that's the reason.
That doesn't matter, D. Like you say, what is the great equalizer, right? So that's
injuries. Injuries
it's part
are
of
the great equalizer. So, congratulations. Now, going into this season, where do you think Dak falls with if everybody, all quarterbacks are healthy, ready to go, from Kirk Cousins to Aaron Rodgers, Burrow, you name it. Is Dak top 10 based off of that?
I don't think so this year, only because the running game is not going to be really good for Dak.
But he's a quarterback. He's a quarterback.
Every quarterback needs a running game. I mean, you would know that. Wouldn't you know that? I mean, quarterbacks need good running games. I mean, you think Purdy is where he is if he didn't have a CMC in his life? Come on. You need a running game. Every quarterback you got to get a running game. Dak survived last year, but Pollard was still serviceable enough. I mean, he did average over 4 yards a carry, But
all right, y'all move on from him.
And the line may not be good either. We don't have a center. We lost our center. Viotic is gone, which I'm okay with. I mean, he wasn't like turning the world upside down or nothing. So he's gone. He went to the Commanders. Tyron Smith is still out there. Although I think Dallas might still be able to sign him back. I think Dallas will get him back, but he's out on the market right now. Nobody's picked him up. But our line is in.
The official day is tomorrow, though, right? You do know that, right?
Official day. What do you mean?
It's the 13th. It's not today. You can discuss and structure as of yesterday.
Oh yeah, and agree in principle to the contract.
Yeah, right. Just
so
because it hasn't
these contracts can change. Yeah, that's true.
It's going to happen. So he should move on. I think.
Who should move on? Tyron Smith or you?
Yeah, I mean, because if Dallas says they're all in and they haven't made any significant moves, they're going to have to free up some money, because I think coming into it, they had like $2.2 million under the cap. Yeah. Miami had $2.1 million, and they made a lot bigger moves than you guys, and they had less money.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to restructure it.
Well, my thing is, that's why I don't understand with Dallas, with Jerry Jones, and I know we talked a little bit about this.
That's
and I agree with him on that. I agree with him on that.
Principle thing. Wisdom is the principle thing. You see what I'm saying?
That's the best passer, right? Isn't that passer?
That is the best passer, yes.
That's it. There you go, sir. There you go. That's it. Wisdom is the principle thing. Therefore, give all you get understanding.
That's my quarterback.
It's just my passer. Yeah. That's it. No, he's right. I agree with him on that. But I think when you go back to when you look at Tyron Smith, I think with him, because remember, Dallas found the key to keeping him healthy. He misses on average at least 5 to 6 games a year. He misses a lot of games. We kept him healthy this year because we don't practice him. He doesn't practice during the week. And I don't know if another team is going to want to do that. I don't know if another team is going to be like, yeah, but if we're going to pay you money, you got to practice. And if he practices, he's going to most likely get hurt. Tyron always gets hurt in practice. He don't get hurt in the game. So I don't know if a team is going to want to. They may not find that attractive enough to pay him that kind of money. And if he's going to take less than what he's asking for, then he might as well just stay with Dallas. Just stay with what you're familiar with. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're going to really go to a good Super Bowl contending team. But yeah, Smith is old, but but Smith had a Pro Bowl season this past year. He had a Pro Bowl. In fact, I think he was All Pro, if I'm not mistaken. He had an All Pro. He's either All Pro or Pro Bowl. He had a really good season this year. The problem with Tyron Smith, he's old, but the thing is, Dallas found a way of keeping him healthy. They didn't practice him during the week. That was it. That's how they kept him healthy and fresh for the games. And it worked. And he balled out. Tyron Smith had a crazy year. Even though he's long in the tooth, he had a really, really good year. Definitely one of the best left tackles in the game. So, yeah, I think, but I think Dallas could end up getting him back. But I think Dallas, I don't see us. That was the point I was going to make real quick. Let me just say this part very, very quickly. If you're a GM and an owner that can't lose their job, right? Like, no one's going to fire Jerry if he makes a mistake, right? If he botches the cap, which they do in most cases, Cat Boy, Stephen Jones. But they're not going to get fired, right? So my thing is, like, why don't you take the risk that you see other teams take? Like, you're not losing your job, right? You got GMs that, like, their livelihood is on the line, right? Their reputation is on the line. And they got to wheel and deal like the way that they do. And you know, and Jerry and them don't have to do that. You know, it's good when you're the boss and you make the moves and you can't fire, you won't fire yourself. So who's holding you accountable for anything? Exactly. So I just don't understand. That's always just been a mystery to me in that sense. But anyway,
let me ask you real quick.
Go ahead.
What do you think about Russell Wilson to the Steelers? You think that is a good move, great move?
I just want to read what Pastor said there. This hurts because I usually rock with Rod. Thank you, Pastor. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you, sir.
No, he's saying it hurts because ultimately
I know because he's always, you know, he rocks with me. That's what I'm saying. I appreciate that. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. You know, it's a lot fighting against you and Scrap every, you know, twice a week, man. I got to come against you and then y'all got to, you know, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? So I got to have somebody up here in my corner. So I appreciate that, Pastor. Thank you, sir. Yeah. But what were you going to ask? I'm sorry.
So what do you think about Russell Wilson to the Steelers? You think that is a good move? Tough division, but what do you think? I think it's a good move for them because where are they going to get somebody at least serviceable enough to be able to bridge that gap for them, right? I mean, 1.2 million.
Ain't it. Yeah, and for 1.2, like who's not going to get a Russell Wilson for 1.2, right? You know what I mean? And the only thing you had to guarantee him that he was going to start, I'm sure, is I think he did say he wanted to start. So,
he's not going there to compete. Kenny Pickett had six. Kenny Pickett had, I think, he had double-digit touchdowns. I think he had like 16 touchdowns and.
Oh, he was trash.
And 13 interceptions.
He couldn't produce no offense. He was horrible. And I can't believe that their GM would come out and we still believe in Pickett. I mean, what was that about? Like,
I think they were just trying to be loyal to the hometown kid.
Why?
He played there.
Doesn't matter,
in college.
Man. Doesn't matter. You can't lie to people like that, man. Like, that's so disingenuous. No one believes that.
Wait a minute.
Don't do it, Jerry Jones. Don't do it, Jerry Jones.
No, don't try to change up. You're talking about.
No, that's where you about to go. That's where you're about to go. That's where you're going.
You think that?
Yeah, they do. And they got Queen too. The Steelers got Queen too. So they picked up a nice.
They're making moves. They're making moves.
Yeah, a lot of teams are.
I think there's a lot of teams that got better, and I can.
Y'all haven't made any. Y'all got the pass rusher there, right?
Yeah, but we don't have to. Do you understand that?
No, you do have to make.
We're selective.
You got free. You got Juszczyk and Ayuk out there. You gotta do something, bro. You better sign these dudes. Otherwise, y'all gonna end up trading them for picks.
It seems like Juszczyk we're gonna lose to free agency.
That's a huge loss, man.
We'll be okay. We'll be all right. Right. I can't believe that you.
What? Right. I'm just saying.
That's right.
But you act like, oh no, we're good because we hoisted the Lombardi trophy this past.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we have most of our skill players in place. We made a significant move. You don't think Leonard Floyd is a big move, but I think that's a big move.
He is. No, he's a good player. He's a good player. I think
there's a safety. Now, remember, we're getting our safety back from injury, and there's another safety that is coming to visit us. He played last year with the Jaguars. He's coming to visit us. I saw he's actually in the Bay Area as we speak, and so they may not let him leave. Yes, we need help in the secondary, and we got. The beautiful thing is we have picks. We got space under the cap, so we're in a good position. We don't have to scramble or totally depend on the draft like other teams. We'll be okay. There's not a lot of panic. We have our main core players in under contract, so I think we're all right. We're not hemorrhaging players and centers and everything. Everyone's not trying to run
your
out of
offense
town.
is gonna. If you lose a Juszczyk, and you lose an Ayuk.
We're not losing Ayuk.
Whether he sits out or he demands a trade, or y'all just you lowball him and he sits out. I'm just saying. I mean, it's possible. Something isn't done yet. I mean, he's out there, right? I mean, he can. You gotta sign
ridiculous.
Him. Who's your? Because of Debo, you can't rely on Debo.
Yet? Did you sign CeeDee Lamb yet?
No, but Lamb is still in the contract, so he got
What's not a free agent? Brandon Ayuk is not a free agent?
Well, Brandon can hold out, which I think he will.
CeeDee can't. CeeDee can't hold out?
He can, but I don't think he will. I don't think he's going to hold out.
So your team is filled with high moral, high value guys. That
No,
ain't
it
gonna
ain't
hold
got
out.
nothing to do with
And the
morality. I'm
49ers
just
are
saying.
filled with a whole bunch
No,
of.
well,
that's
Ayuk
why
has already
all them gonna say
Ayuk has
thugs
already
that
come
are gonna
out
hold
and
out.
complained. He's complained already, right? You know, he's had some issues there, and apparently some stuff in terms of how he was used in the Super Bowl, and you know, and then talk about his money and his family too, like CD's family was.
Okay,
They all
so-
came out and saying stuff,
right.
you know. But I'm just saying, but see
Diggs
how you
family,
do.
right? I mean,
You
like,
love and see you don't want that. You don't want
you're
that
blowing
smoke
it out
on
of
the Niners.
proportion. You're blowing it out of proportion.
Why am I blowing out of proportion?
I think that will be okay. Ultimately, it's still early in free agency. It really starts tomorrow, so I think we're okay. Most of our key players
Maybe that's what
are
Dallas
in place.
No, it is. No,
You have a running
y'all,
back.
Y'all got people in place. I
Do you have
understand
do you have a running back solidified?
that. No, we don't.
Do you have a center?
Nope. We'll get one
Okay,
in the
then. So
draft.
what are
We'll
we
get one in the
talking
draft.
about? What are we even
Yeah,
talking about?
We'll get one in the draft. I mean, you know, we'll look. Dallas is going to be. I don't think we're going to be as good as we were in the regular season the last 3 years.
It won't be another 12-5.
I don't think so. I think Dallas. I got Dallas about maybe 9 wins this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
So not
I got
enough
us
to
about
win.
9.
Not enough to win the division.
No, I don't see us winning the division.
I
No,
appreciate
because
that.
we're gonna lose a lot. We lost a lot of depth. We lost Dante Fowler. He went to the Washington Cowboys, who he had 10 sacks. He was very good, you know. High CP usage detected. Okay, my phone, my thing. So yeah, I think we got some issues there, man. We don't have the depth on defense. Losing Doris Armstrong, a guy who had about 20 sacks as a DT over the last 3 years or so.
Nice.
Very good, and he's a really good pass rusher. Yeah, he's a DT that can rush the passer, and that's why Quinn picked, pluck and pick these guys. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I think we lost a lot of depth, and we still don't have any linebacker.
Players.
I mean, Overshown is going to be back, but LVE, most likely,
and all your linebackers are 212 pounds. So yeah, you're gonna have some problems.
Yeah, we gotta get some. We got just going to go through the. Hopefully, we'll have a good draft. We didn't have a good draft last year. Bad draft last year. Very bad. Nobody stood out in the draft last year. Everybody was Overshown, got hurt. Mozzie, the number 1 pick from Michigan, never pick defensive players from Michigan unless they're in the backfield, maybe. You know what I'm saying? You get a Charles Wilson again, but nah. These DNs and stuff. Taco Charlton, those guys we drafted first round draft.
Let's go was good from Michigan.
It was a bust.
What's his name? Hutchinson. What are you talking about?
Oh, Hutchinson. No, I'm talking for the Cowboys. It's when Dallas picks Michigan.
Oh, when Dallas picks.
When Dallas picks Michigan.
Never pick anyone from
Michigan.
Yeah.
Well, I did say that, but in my brain,
I'm listening to
the
you.
conversation.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah. You do listen to what you want to listen to. You know what I'm saying? That's the part. Yeah, that's the other part to your listening.
Actively listening. You were supposed to. That's why I'm quiet when you're speaking, because I want to listen to what you're saying. And I want to respond to it.
You want to try to catch me in a loop somewhere, trying to find a loophole in my argument here. Because every time I mention something about the 49ers, he goes, well, Ayuk's going to hold out. So CD's not going to hold out?
No.
Because deep in your soul. Deep in your soul.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it, honestly. I think that deal is going to get done. That's why when it was brought up that potentially Debo was on the trading block, although Debo just changed his number from 19 to 1, which is interesting. I don't know why. I don't know. Why? Maybe, I guess you have the freedom to change your number. I don't know. I don't know if there's another. I mean, I don't think Jamar Chase is coming to us. But I was saying there might be Jamar Chase is number 1, so that wouldn't work. I'm talking about, I don't know, another 19 that would be coming to us.
You could use a number 1. Right?
Yo, listen. Shout outs to Kingdom Creative for the production. Shout outs to Infinite Audio for the music. Once again, everyone.
It ain't like y'all got a number 1 there already. Right?
Like, share, subscribe to our Facebook and YouTube page. And I just want to leave this out there for everyone that's watching and commenting.
Yes.
Explain to me how a wide receiver who had 60 less targets only had 300 less yards and 2 less touchdowns than a so-called number 1 receiver.
Well, when you catch the ball for 80 yards a catch, then yeah, I guess that's why. That's why you.
Well, shame on the defense, right? Shame on the defense.
It's just that's how they use him. He's a down the field threat. That's what Ayuk is. Ayuk is not. He don't run a lot of routes.
Rod says he is the 4th best option on the 49ers.
He has been. He has been. Up until this year, he has been.
Yet he only had 300 yards less than CeeDee Lamb with 60 less targets. I don't know.
But you still fail to take into account the yards per catch. That's what makes the difference. There's your answer right there. If the math will math, if you look at the yards per catch,
think
that's
CeeDee
why.
Can CeeDee Lamb handle more than 5-yard routes?
Of course he can, and
he has. Then he's done all. So do so. So do so. Huh? That's all. So do so. If he can handle more than 5-yard routes, then do so.
He does. He doesn't. He runs all the different routes that need to be ran. He runs slants. He can run curls and hitches and he lines up in the flat. He lines up, in the slots, as we know.
He gets a lot of targets. He
can catch the ball in a slant, and he can go down the field. He can run past safeties as well, and go quarter of the field as well, and catch the ball between linebackers and safeties down the field.
He gets a lot of targets. He just doesn't do much with it, and I get it. It makes sense.
What do you mean doesn't do? I mean, he
in relation to having
that many targets. You mean? In relation to having many targets.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's still a lot. He still had like 15 yards of catch, if I'm not mistaken. I have to pull it up, but I don't want to.
It's all right.
Show. We'll have to. We'll have to come back again. See, Scrap. It's all Scrap's fault. He didn't have to mention Ayuk, man.
He didn't have to, but he did.
Yeah, but he did.
But I'm so glad he did.
I'm so glad.
Oh man. Listen, everyone, please like, share, subscribe to our Facebook, YouTube page. We appreciate everyone that left comments. Shout outs to everyone that joined us. Join us on our next show. We'll see once free agency really starts what's going to happen. Real quick before we get off, Lakers, are they going to be in the play-in, or you think they'll be able to
play-in?
Okay.
Yeah, play-in. Yeah, their schedule's pretty tough. Yeah.
When's the next game? They play a game tonight or not?
I think tonight. I think they got the Kings tonight. Yeah.
Oh, well, which score is 9-0. He's 0-9 versus the bonus. So I don't know what your man's gonna do tonight. AD, who he had and shout outs to AD.
Can AD get some love?
27 and 25, right?
Okay. Yeah.
25 points. 27 points, 25 rebounds, or 25.
I mean, there was no Rudy there, so I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it.
Right? No cat.
Cat is off. He plays out he shoots threes from the midcourt. So I don't.
That averages 22 points a game. So you can't just.
No. But what I'm saying is that. But as far as like a board, like I mean, defensively, I think Rudy. Rudy is the guy that does the dirty work down there. I don't think AD would have had 27 boards if
he would absolutely
if Rudy was there. But I think he would have still had a good rebound game if Cat's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But two major stars on the team. Yeah. Starters are out.
Yeah.
And so I take that into consideration. As you should do. You should maximize.
We almost lost that game. I was frustrated through that whole game. Very frustrated through that whole game. Yeah. That kid, what's his name though? He was definitely killed. I can't remember his name now, but he was definitely killed. That game was closer than what it should have been. Dallas. The Lakers should not have had to struggle like that. Not when you got LeBron. You're for all intents and purposes, you're fully healthy. There's no way.
Minnesota is a good team though. So you're talking like they're even with the
but not with your two important pieces. Like to your point, you just said. I mean, Cat, you're talking 22, and Cat's still a really good player. And then you got Gobert and anchoring the defense in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And then the other thing too, Anthony Edwards didn't shoot well that night. He shot bad.
See, I had a lot of luck.
So, hey, listen, got to take what you can get. But I mean, the Lakers played well. I mean, they still. The problem is, I'll say this very quickly. We'll go, but I'll just say the problem with the Lakers is that we've improved offensively, but we're not good defensively. We've lost a lot in that. But Vando is coming back. They said before the year's out. Him and Vincent. We need to do a whole show. We're gonna dedicate a show to Vando. Talk about Vando. You know what I'm saying?
They saying Vando's coming back.
2 weeks. Things are getting hotter east night. No trepidation is going out, and it gets worse. The rebels.
Vando's coming back in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. He'll be back. I'm telling you, and that's how offensive players are gonna look on the wing, man. I'm telling you, man. When Vando comes back, man, the Vando's gonna be the man.
And so I just want to say this, and then we'll go. Vando, what you gain on defense, you lose on offense, big time.
Yeah,
because right now your offense is what's been really keeping you in, right?
Oh, big time.
Because who is he going to replace on the defensive? Who are you now? Whose minutes shrink based on Vando's rotation? Because everyone can score better than Vando, so you're going to miss somebody.
Well, right, you are, but you can still get him in there in key moments, and that's one thing I would say a little bit good about Darvin Ham. He gets Vando in there at certain sequences and stuff, and whose minutes will probably get cut is Dinwiddie. I don't care. Dinwiddie gives you nothing. He gives you no defense. He gives you no offense. I tried to tell you, I was so happy. Now my team is trash, but Dinwiddie, he did. I didn't know he was that bad. I thought he. And was he's always. Decent. You haven't seen it yet, but now that he's in the City of Angels, you're gonna see a lot of this. He's gonna expect the same. No, that's all I see. Treatment that LeBron gets. Yes, yo, and yo, I'm telling you, if you go back to this show, I think we said it a year and a half ago. I said two people in the off season. It was in the last season. Two people I wanted to go was Dinwiddie and Ben Simmons, because Dinwiddie is looking like he is a superstar. Like every call, he's like, "Yo, that's all like, you." His shoulders be up, arms out, with the stupid afro, just looking around like somebody's laying it up on the other end because he's too busy talking to the ref. He is, he can't score. Every time he shoots the ball, it never goes in. I never see the ball go in. I only see his stat line when I'm not watching the game. Right. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I've yet to see him actually put the ball in the hoop. The only play he's made this year was the block from Lillard. That block, that was it. Actually good. That was it. That's the only good play he made this whole season. He's been trash. So, he'll be gone. He'll be gone definitely after this year, so 1 year pickup. So, but he's a rental. But anyway. You got him cheap, right? You got him for nothing? Yeah, we got him cheap for like about $1 million. So, yeah. Yeah, that's all good. No big deal. So, we need it. So maybe we can pick up a running back for like $1 million. Maybe we can get Clyde. You said a running back for $1 million? Yeah. What are we? What you call's on the market too? You got Dobbins and you got what's the name? The boy from Kansas City. So you want the law firm? No. The other guy. He's a free agent. I understand. Claire Edwards. Oh yeah. So you want just Dallas is picking up glue factory running backs, fresh off of injuries. Both knees amputated. You want those? No. But listen, Derrick Henry. When you guys didn't get Derrick Henry, you weren't serious. You were not serious. No, they wasn't gonna pay Derrick what he wanted. Derrick wanted at least $8 million, and he got $9 million guaranteed in his contract though, for the $18 million. Big whoop. Yeah, that's you paid. Dallas wasn't gonna pay no more than they weren't gonna pay more. Tony Pollard $10 million in a franchise tag. Did you not? Yeah, which they regretted, and that was a bad move on their part. Right, but Derrick Henry's better than him. Y'all still had a 12-5 season. But that's true. That's true. But we don't have that $10 million at our. And you made it to the playoffs, right? You made it to the playoffs. Yeah, but you had the doors blown off of you. So yeah, but Tony Pollard was there. I think Derrick Henry. And if people haven't seen. Check out Derrick Henry's workouts. That dude is. He lives in Dallas too. Lives in the Dallas area. Well, at least he just bought a house. He bought his second house in Dallas. Yeah, because he has this big, this really famous realtor. Have you seen? You seen that? He has this really famous realtor that's in Dallas that is like the realtor to the stars. And I saw a post, and I knew he was. I thought he was going to go to Dallas based on the fact that he just bought another house in Dallas. Right. So, but it was all for naught, I guess. All for naught. Has a beautiful homes. Yeah, and a booming real estate market and beautiful homes. So they'll got a nice mansion below. Sorry, Rod, man. Yeah, D, it's bad. It's bad, but I'm used to it, man. Since 77. Is sombrero still on the wall? Yeah, sombrero's still there. Yeah, we still got it. Yeah, it's still there. It's all good, man. Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate everyone chiming in and leaving their comments. If there's anything that we said that you disagree with or take or something you want us to talk about, the
leave a comment. We'll definitely address it.
Let us know. We'll address
Appreciate
it.
it. Until next time, everyone. Peace.